What's up everyone, Vu back with another video, and today I just took delivery of my new fishing kayak, the Vibe Makana 100. And for those of you who have incredibly bad taste in YouTube content, you have been following me, and you probably know that before I had a Vibe Shearwater 125, and I sold it because I wanted to downsize to something smaller. Because one, I'm 39, I'm an old piece of trash, and two, because of that, I'm lazy because my back hurts and I'm weak. I just wanted something smaller and easier to set up and lug around and get into the water a lot quicker than the Shearwater 125. That's why if you've been watching some of my fishing content the past few months, you see that I've been mainly shore fishing because usually I only have 1, 2, maybe 3 hours to fish. And the Shearwater 125 was a bit of a chore to get onto my truck and to drag down to the launch. Hopefully, if my testosterone remains at a reasonable male level, I'll be able to lug this down to the launch with no issues. So the truck drivers came, they dropped in my garage, I opened it, inspected it. It looks okay for now. But of course, we're not on water. So I signed off on it because it looked like there was no damage to it. So we'll have to wait until my first outing on the water to see if I sink to the lake bottom. Let's have a look. So yeah, as you can see, I got it in this slate blue color. It's more like a grayish, light gray with some blue. I like it because it's similar to my truck. So yeah, I'm gonna start taking apart some of these bags, the seat, the rudder, etc. And we'll see how everything looks like. All right, so I'm gonna just start cutting up. I probably should have did this, you know, probably should have did this when they dropped it off and made sure I opened up this stuff, because I only checked the kayak and not all these accessories. Didn't realize that until after the fact, but I hope this is all good. I don't have any issues with my Shearwater, so should be probably the same dang thing. So this is the paddles, or I don't know, I guess the fins. These are the pedals. So we'll install that in a bit. So this looks decent enough. My main target going kayak fishing is snakehead, northern snakehead here in the DC, Maryland, Virginia area. And 10-foot kayak should work really well for that species of fish because obviously they thrive in like 2-3 feet of water or even less. And of course, accidentally catching bass here and there does not hurt. Now I'm going to go ahead and cut open this seat. And I think this is their new 2.0 seat, whatever it's called. So it's more comfortable, be easy on your back on long fishing trips. Let us hope for the best. Go, snaps into place. All right, so I got the seat on. Took a little bit of time, and then of course, I installed the pedals onto the fins, and everything looks good to go. So yeah, pretty much that is just the simple part. Now, I did order a new Bixby electronic motor for this kayak through Indiegogo. I should be getting that sometime, probably in a month. And yeah, so that means I have to install a different rudder to be able to install the Bixby motor on the rudder, because this rudder that comes with the Makana 100, you can't put a motor on it. So I'm gonna show you that right now. Here you have a standard rudder for non-lazy folks that plan to just pedal themselves for 2 hours to get to their fishing spot. And then this is, you know, the lazy D-bag trash rudder, where I'm going to just try to use a motor to get myself to where I need to go quickly. And see, it's a lot more, it's bigger, and you could mount a motor on it. So now I have to try to switch it out. So I got this kayak for its lightweight because I'm a weak piece of trash. So I'm gonna just load it up to my truck and you'll see how far it hangs off a truck with a 5-foot bed. In this case, my 2022 Nissan Frontier. And yeah. So there you have it. Just picked it up and just put it right on the bed with no problems. So this is how much it hangs off of a 5-foot bed. Not too bad in my opinion, but I will definitely tie it down and maybe put some weight in the front of the kayak, just because it seems more rear heavy. So we'll see. I want to see what it looks like after I close the rear and just have it sticking out of the front. Yeah, definitely not ideal in my opinion. Definitely have it just hanging off the bed like that. But hey, if you're more adventurous than me, go ahead and do what you want with your 10-foot kayak. All right, I'm gonna see how I'm gonna switch out the rudder here. To be quite honest, I have no idea what I'm doing, but I'm gonna just look at how the old one goes in and see how I do the same thing with this new one. Seems simple enough. So it's different, but I think I just tie it onto this metal piece and it pulls back with this little thing. The rudder install is quite easy. It's just tying a knot from this to this little metal piece and you're good to go. And just pull it. And then if you want to release it, just release it. Now, it doesn't really pull back the way the Shearwater does, but it'll work just fine. Now I'm going to adjust the steering handle knob thing. So I gotta tie these on to the rudder. So I set it to be like this, to where the rudder is centered. And then I'm gonna just tie it on, and when you pull either way, it will turn the rudder accordingly. Probably have to tighten it some other time, but for now that should work. So that's it, all done setting it up. This is where she'll sit until my next trip, which is hopefully soon. So yeah, Until next time, lighten up.
Hey man, what bait is that?
It's just a little 3-inch swim bait.
Oh my god, that bait is rat.
Why is that?
If you want to be the best, if you want to be professional fisherman, you need to buy my new bait. It's the chatter frog spinning jig bait.
Bro, that bait looks ridiculous. What do you catch with that?
It cut all kind of fishermen.
What?
I mean, it cut freshwater, saltwater, bat, snakehead, red drum, salmon, trout, catfish, shark. It cut all kind of fish.
Bro, are you sure about that? I think I'd have better luck buying fish from the Chinese supermarket.
Let me show you.
Bro, you photoshopped that bait on that fish?
No, man, it's the real fish. Buy now on sale only $29.99.